Hey everybody, Matt Trainer here. I hope you enjoyed that intro. We had a little bit of fun with that, and I hopefully it's inspired you to do bigger things in your life. And by the end of this little video, I bet you're going to be inspired even more, because we got a lot of cool stuff to talk about, a lot of cool things to share. This is basically a, for lack of a better term, State of the Union kind of thing for Team Wukar and this whole Doobly thing and all this stuff that we're doing. Want to bring everybody up to speed, get some of the confusion and clutter and all this stuff cleared up a little bit, and just talk about where we're headed and what we're doing. So let's just get into it. For those of you that don't know me, you saw a little bit of testimonials there. I've been in the internet marketing game for a very long time at a very high level. I've owned my own SEO company. I've owned my own PPC management company. And have had hundreds and hundreds of very high-end clients. I've done web development for some very, very famous people around the world. I've just been around this business for a long time. I've seen it. I shouldn't say I've seen it all, because that's dumb. I haven't seen it all, but I've seen a lot. And this whole Doobly thing and what I'm doing with this and what the business I gave up to be a part of Doobly is it's pretty big. And I think Doobly is the biggest business opportunity I've ever seen in my entire life. And I've had seven-figure businesses in real estate, the stock market, internet marketing, even in car lots that I've owned. And by far, this is the biggest opportunity I've ever seen. And in fact, I shut down a very large business I have. Several $1-million business, let's just put it that way. I don't want to throw numbers out there, because some people's BS meters go off and I don't want to trip that. But just trust me, I had a very large business that I basically am handing off to somebody else so I can focus exclusively on Doobly, and there's a reason for that. I think you guys already have all seen a lot of it, but you haven't seen my scope and what I'm trying to do with this thing, so I want to talk a little bit about that in this video. So first of all, guys, thank you. I mean, one of the things I've learned in life about success, and basically just success in life in general, not just in business, is to start with gratitude. And I am amazingly grateful for my team, for this opportunity, but mostly I'm thankful for you guys who don't even know, most of you don't even know who the heck I am, or even care probably who I am. You put your faith in whoever brought you into this, and put your faith into basically some stuff that doesn't even really exist yet, you haven't seen yet. So I'm grateful for you. Thank you for investing your time, your money, and all this stuff. I'm gonna do my damnedest to make sure it's the biggest opportunity and make it worth it for you in the long run. So with that, thank you and congratulations. Because of all of you, we are now the fastest growing team in all of Doobly history, which is amazing. And we just got started. I mean, this is our third week, guys. Here's another thing that you guys got to realize too. I hadn't even heard of Doobly until 5 weeks ago. So for this whole thing to be going this fast is just amazing. So thank you. I'm extremely grateful for all of you. And you're going to see how grateful I am coming up. It's all just talk and all words right now, but you're going to see some of the stuff that I'm going to give to you guys. It's pretty amazing. So let's talk about Team Wukar a little bit. Basically, Team Wukar was my idea. The name was invented by a friend of mine named Art O'Connor. He's a member of the team as well. He came up with the name Wukar, but for his own business and for his own branding thing. But he offered the Wukar name to us because I just thought it sounded like a great name that we could wrap our business around, and he offered to allow us to use it. So I'm grateful for Art for that. So Art, if you're watching, appreciate you, man. Love you to death. All these t-shirts that you guys see that we're getting, Art has created them, and anybody that's going to Dubai is going to get their own t-shirt. We're going to go as a unified team here, and it's awesome. So Team Wukar just started out with the idea, and Taylor put this quote in a little note, a document for me today, and I just thought it was great. So I just wanted to say who we are, what we are. Basically, We're a collection of the absolute best leaders in SEO, MLM, affiliate marketing, and traditional business, which kind of trips me out, all the amount of people we have spread across this thing. It's amazing. All coming together with one common goal, to blow the doors off of Doobly, break all those records, and make a lot of people a lot of money. That's cool. That's definitely a goal, but the next bullet is the one that's most important to me. In short, we're changing lives, and fast. My ultimate goal with this whole thing is to make a ridiculous amount of money, then die broke giving it away, and making people like you fabulously wealthy, and doing it in an automated fashion so we can all have fun. We can have some really cool live events going down the road just for our team. All this kind of stuff. We've got concerts planned. We've got trips to Cabo planned for everybody. It's going to be an amazing ride here, guys, so just stick with us. Here's what we aren't, guys, and I wanted to nip this in the bud a little bit. A lot of people have been spreading a lot of rumors about we're giving away this and that, and you just got to plug in and we're going to build your business for you. Well, that's kind of crap. I mean, there's no such thing like that in the world. We are attempting to build that as much as possible, but we are not an automated money machine that just builds your business for you, at least not yet. I mean, that's the ultimate goal, but don't spread that. I mean, it just sets us up for failure, and I mean, trust me, I am working hard, and you'll see in a minute some of the stuff that I'm talking about to build that, but it doesn't exist yet, and who knows, maybe it never exists. But because in the end, in life, I mean, just in general, you have to work. You got to put some effort in. So I promise you guys, I'm building some of the most amazing stuff you've ever seen. I shouldn't say I'm building it. My team's building it. I'm a big visionary, and then everybody else is executing it. So, but from what the money that's being poured into this system for you guys to use is going to make your life so ridiculously easy compared to the way that this stuff has had to be done in the past. It's going to blow your mind. But just don't spread that we are an automated machine that's going to build your business for you. It doesn't help. So, one thing I wanted to note is, you know, I'm kind of the CEO role of this whole team because it was sort of my concept, and my partner and I, Rich Cook, we do have a company called Wukar Inc. We are partnered in this thing, and we are pretty much the head of this team. We have a bunch of leadership team under us, but you can consider what I say official and spreadable. So I'm going to be very careful what I say, because a lot of people tend to extrapolate some weird stuff out of what I say, but don't extrapolate your own meaning. If I don't say it, it's probably not true. So whatever I do say, you can consider that as spreadable, and meaning you can market with that and bring in more people with that stuff, okay? But again, don't apply your own meaning to it, and don't start the whole telephone game where you say something that's a little bit off, and then the next somebody else hears that and it gets a little bit off, and by the time it's 10 people deep, it's some completely different meaning. Integrity is super important, guys, and we don't want anybody misled coming into this. And if they get misled coming into this about something that we potentially have, and the expectations are set in a weird way, could be very disastrous for us and you. We don't want that to happen. We are building an amazing machine like I believe that nobody's ever seen in affiliate marketing and network marketing world. Believe me, the stuff that I have and that we're putting together here is off the charts awesome. But just cool your jets a little bit and let us build this out. I've been telling everybody that we've basically jumped off the cliff. You know, like I said earlier in the video, this has only been 5 weeks, guys, just barely over 5 weeks since I first heard about this, not much less you guys. So we've jumped off the cliff, and before we smash on the ground, we're trying to build a plane on the way down. So, and that's really what it's like. So we're putting stuff together at lightning pace, but you know, it's frenetic, you know, and it's kind of like it's just like building a plane on the way down to try to save your life. But you know, it's not all there. It's coming together, and whenever we can launch, it's going to be amazing. But please don't apply your own meaning to it, and just keep an integrity and just go with what I say, and everything's going to be cool. So with that being said, I'm going to be doing updates like this, hopefully at least a couple times a week, and then plus we'll be doing leadership calls, all those kinds of things. and I want to say I'm here for all of you. I really, really am. But there are only so many hours in the day. There's only so many people I can talk to during the day, and I've got a pretty big company to run. We're setting this up to run like a company, and here's the reason, guys. Doobly is great, and I think that it's going to be the biggest thing I've ever done. Like I said, I wouldn't be investing so much time and energy and money into this thing. But just, I'm always thought a backup plan too. Just pretend that, something happened, crazy happened with Doobly and it went away. Would all of this fall apart? No, because the way that we're building this is even if Doobly disappeared, which again, that's very much not our plan, but, just in case, if Doobly goes away for some reason, or we decide not to work with it anymore, we can just take exactly what we have and what we're building and just point it somewhere else. It's that good, guys, and it's all being built in that way so that there's no more of this. I want to see this whole merry-go-round kind of BS that goes on in the network marketing world, which company is the flavor of the week, people jumping company to company to company. I think it's kind of ridiculous, and there's no reason for that, because I think it's just because people haven't set up the systems the right way to capture that and keep people all in one place. So I see Team Wukar as being this cool machine that we can all keep working and build as a company. And then whenever we can point this company however we want. I mean, shoot, even if Doobly takes off and is awesome, what if we hit saturation and it's just running and kicking ass by itself, when we all wanted to go do something else? We can take our stuff and point somewhere else and keep Doobly running. There's a whole lot going on here, guys. I want to build like a giant company. I mean, my goal... Guys, my leadership team has talked about not saying big numbers, but I'm a big thinker, guys. You got to understand, I'm swinging for the fences, and I'm putting all of my resources in this. I want to turn this into a billion-dollar company. I don't mean Doobly, I mean Team Wukar, and that means you guys will get a piece of that, as much as you want. And I'm putting in all the tools in place, so all you got to do is just take some action, and you'll have a piece of that. So this is being ran like a company, sort of like I'm the CEO and I've got a leadership team, and we're going to have all roles spelled out exactly so you guys know who exactly to go to for questions and answers. And my leadership is stepping up to help big time. So we've got people that are in key positions. You're going to learn about them very, very soon, and you'll see how this is going to play out. And even some of you that have skills, feel free to reach out. We need people to step up and be leaders and to fulfill certain roles as a company. So my buddy Peter Dudek and Taylor West, they're my right-hand guys for organization and communication needs for this team moving forward. They're going to be the ones disseminating a lot of day-to-day stuff when I can't be the one, doing all this stuff all the time. They have direct access to me and the leadership team, so they can get stuff answered very quickly and turned around very quickly, and they're the ones setting up a lot of this organization structure, guys. So look for stuff from them coming. Peter is a master at doing training videos. You're going to see him a lot in some of the job training videos that we have coming very, very soon. Taylor's a master at organization and structure of companies. He also knows internet marketing and network marketing very well. So the team is amazing. A lot of really high-level people are putting this stuff together, so look for stuff from them going forward. Again, they have direct access to me and a leadership team to get anything you want answered, and answered correctly so that you can disseminate it correctly so people are not misled. Again, they will provide also the proper channels to ask questions. Right now, we're running the Google Plus group and the Basecamp group, and it's kind of chaotic. It's just stream of consciousness stuff, and things are being miscommunicated and lost, and questions. We don't have an FAQ thing. That's all being fixed, guys. Trust me, it's coming. They will provide those proper channels to ask questions, and you'll be able to have a place to send people to say, "Oh, you got questions? Go here. They're all answered right here." It's all done, and I'm talking in just days here, guys, too. So let's talk a little bit about what's coming, since I'm on that subject. The Team Wukar portal is our team training portal. It's at teamwukar.com. That's coming very, very soon. Go to that site now. Make sure you get your email address entered so you'll get the announcements of when we're ready to launch the thing and how as we roll out various pieces of it. Inside of that training portal is going to be massive amounts of stuff. Not only places to ask questions and get questions answered, but also all kinds of team training, how to do the network marketing side, how to do Doobly, basically, how to put all this stuff together inside Doobly. And with that being said, we do have a lot of qualified people in here that are learning the Doobly system inside and out, and are there kind of being the go-to people for those questions being answered, and you guys will get to know them very soon. And also in the Team Trading Portal will be all the training on how to get traffic, how we're going to run paid traffic, how we're going to do social media, massive social media stuff coming for a lot of you guys. Really, really cool. Plus some automation tools. Plus you'll get access to my own SEO team to run your own SEO projects. A lot of SEO training on how to do that traffic, the big vision for that. That's the big billion-dollar idea I have with this whole thing anyway. So basically, very, very well-rounded training portal you'll be able to get access to very, very soon. And inside that is, all the talk about it, this buzz going around is our traffic rotator. Now, our traffic rotator is probably going to be the most sophisticated one I've ever seen, and I've been involved in a lot of things like this. So the way it's going to work, guys, is that there'll be two ways to get into the traffic, or the rotator. Well, three ways. One way is to work with us on our leadership team and work on helping Team Wukar build as a company and build out and help everybody else. Leadership people will get, basically it's a point system. So you'll get points or credits or whatever we're going to call them. Probably credits is a better thing. And in that traffic rotator, you'll get credits. So if you're working on a leadership team, you'll get credits in the rotator. If you do some of the jobs that we're going to have for you guys to do to feed our traffic machine, you'll get credits in there as well. So you can earn your way in, and basically it's like a job kind of. You'll get credits in the system, and then as you get credits, then traffic rotates through you, and then leads will come to you, sales will come to you, all that kind of thing. So the more that you work, the more jobs that you do, the more quality work that you do, the more leads that you'll get. Basically, you'll get more credits, more all that stuff. And then inside of that, we got the jobs management system, which will be coming very soon too, which will be basically you log in, you'll be able to see a list of jobs. A lot of it's going to be stuff like creating videos that we're going to be ranking using the SEO system. And then quality control, a lot of quality control. So we need SEO-minded people, or at least people that have a really great eye for detail to be their quality control team, to look at these various pieces and make sure they're good. Because we don't want to be putting crap out there into the world. We want stuff that's going to convert well and stuff that's going to work well from our team. And with all of that stuff together, you're not going to be in the dark. We have very, very solid training about how all that's going to work, how to do the various jobs. There'll be training videos on each one, so you won't be left in the dark, like I said. And then you'll submit the work, and you'll get points and credits inside of our rotator thing. Now again, guys, this is all being rolled out, and we're building a plane all on the way down. So it's coming together, but it's all, some of the pieces are a little bit fuzzy, and we don't have all the logic completely worked out yet. It's coming together. So expect bugs. It's technology and it's software, and they all have glitches no matter what. So please be patient with this and be flexible. This is a very high-end system. We're spending a lot of money. I personally am dumping over $2 million into this system, guys. This is no freaking joke. This is nothing like this in the world, and you won't have the access to this in any other team. I don't care where you're going. I mean, I've been very high-end technologist for a long time. I'm a software developer. I'm a web developer. I have been for many, many years, well over a decade. And the stuff that I have, I'm telling you, is cutting edge. One of the programmers I have, in fact, used to work for NASA, and he built launch control systems management software. Really, really high-end stuff. So, I mean, it's some amazing stuff. So, but, that being said, we got the best people in the world, but glitches happen, stuff breaks, it's going to be a problem. We're going to have support tickets, and you guys are going to have a little bit of patience as we roll this out, okay? You're on the bleeding edge of some of the most amazing stuff in the world, and you guys are going to be able to be a part of the launch of it, which I think is cool. Some people want to come in and have everything perfect, and the nice little 4 walls in the room already, and everything's safe and perfect, and it's not there yet. We won't be there for probably 6 months or more. So it is what it is, guys. We are building the best machine in the world, I believe, but you know, it takes a while. So, when's it coming? That's the next big question. Basically, the short version is after the Dubai event. We are pretty, a lot of reasons for that. Main one is that there's a lot of stuff that's going to be released to us at the Dubai event. Some of it I can't talk about, and some of it I don't even know about. Some of it that I do know about, I can't talk about yet. I've been, you know, made promise that I won't talk about it, and I don't want to break that trust. So just know that the stuff that's coming in at the Dubai event is really awesome, and some of the stuff, like, we are in the process of building funnels. Basically, we're building 2 big funnels. One for customers, because I think the big opportunity in Doobly is for the customer side of things, so we're putting a whole lot of emphasis on that. And then also, of course, for the network marketing side, the business builder side, so that you can drive traffic, or through our rotator or whatever you want, through your own funnels, or we'll have our own internal funnels that the traffic goes through. So some of this stuff is going to be released to us, and we're not really sure exactly what we're going to get just yet, but we also are having meetings with the tech team of Doobly while in Dubai, so we're going to get a lot of this stuff worked out. And don't hold me to this, but I've been promised quite a bit of things from those guys, and I think we're going to get an API into Doobly, which is awesome, because then we'll be able to create our own experience and have it optimized and the whole thing. Again, don't hold me to that. They've made some big promises to me with the tech team, but we'll just have to see. So we're holding off on launching a lot of this just because a lot of it's being built, and we're moving at 1,000,000 miles an hour, obviously, trying to build this plane on the way down. And plus, that, you know, we're all gearing up for Dubai. It's only a couple weeks away anyway, so look for official launch of this thing the week of September 22nd. I'm hoping we can do it sooner than that, but I don't want to promise anything. So look for it then, and yeah, just look for it then. So I want to leave you guys with one last little story, and this is just inspirational stuff. And this is super important to me, guys, and you'll see why in a minute. It's had a major impact on my life for a lot of reasons, and you'll see why in a second. So please pay attention right now. And, you know, the rest of the stuff is fluff and whatever, but here's the stuff that really matters, guys. I'll just tell you a story about a guy that persevered through a whole lot of stuff. And he basically, in grade school, his teacher said he was too stupid for school. All of his teachers said he was too stupid for school. I mean, I couldn't even recover from that blow to my psychology. Just that alone would be enough for me. But he had a severe learning disability. That's a rough one as well. I want you to remember that one, that point right there, actually coming up. He had a severe learning disability. He dropped out of high school at 15. He was miserably depressed about life because he didn't fit in and he had no friends. And he's so depressed that he had to drop out of high school. And he flunked, and then he went on to flunk his college entrance exam twice. Now, guys, after reading all that, how many of you, just, you know, how many of you, honestly, would have just given up? I mean, most people do. Most people don't even have a tenth of this kind of stuff happen with them, and they give up. I mean, that's 95% of society. But he didn't give up. He continued on. He eventually got into technical school, but he was on the edge of failure constantly. His college professor said he'd never amount to anything. Dude, that's rough right there. He finally graduated just barely and at the bottom of his class. That's another important point right here. He was forced to take a shitty government job instead of being a teacher like he wanted. All he ever wanted to do was be a teacher. That was it. And after all this stuff, guys, he couldn't even get the job to be a teacher because his grades are so terrible when he graduated at the bottom of his class. But yet he didn't give up. Now, after all of that, how many of you would give it up? Heck, I would have. A lot of people would. But I'm glad he didn't, because that guy's name was Albert Einstein. And that guy has gone on to change the world. I mean, you guys may not understand the impact he's had, but, you know, the theory of relativity, do you understand how big that is? I mean, we all know a little bit, like, just in theory, but you know things like GPS systems and our cool little maps applications here on the iPhone wouldn't work without our understanding of a theory of relativity? Yes. It's unreal, the stuff that came out of this guy's head and we still use today and people take for granted. I bring that up because we all have our own inner Einstein, guys, and I want to encourage you not to give up. Now, I want to talk a little bit about my dad versus Einstein, and then I'll leave you guys alone. But pay attention for just a couple more minutes, and then we'll move on with our day. But my dad was one of the brightest, not one of, he was the smartest, brightest person I've ever met in my entire life. He was just brilliant guy. I mean, he read 10, 20 books a week minimum. He'd just fly through books. And he knew everything about everything. And his whole passion was sitting around watching that stupid show Jeopardy, and on that show he would try to beat the contestants to their answers. You know, if you guys have ever watched that show, it's extremely nerdy, and some of the stuff that's on there is like, wow, how do these people know this stuff? Well, I'm telling you, my dad knew all that stuff and knew it faster than every competitor I'd ever seen on there. I watched him in my entire life growing up, watching him do that, you know, answer those questions faster than the people on the show. And his whole dream, his entire life, was to go on that show, kick ass, you know, be a big name and make a bunch of money from it, and give it to us as his kids. And he could have done it. And he, you know, I don't even remember how many degrees he had, but it's several, you know, probably 5 or 6 that I know of, that I can think of, because he just was constantly learning, constantly going to school. You know, he just knew everything. And he could have done something with his life. But unlike Einstein, he gave up. And he gave up pretty damn early in his life. I mean, pretty much his whole life. I never saw him do anything. I think the most he ever made in his life was about $40,000 a year, and that was 1 year, and he was living high in the hog because he thought it was the greatest thing ever. And it's sad because he died miserably broke, miserably unhappy, extremely depressed, and in ridiculously poor health at the age of 56, and had never lived. Never had lived. He'd never saw the ocean. He'd never been on an airplane. He never went to a foreign country. Never even had a freaking passport, guys. It's a tragedy. And he died and didn't have enough money to pay for his funeral. I mean, my brother and I had to pay for his funeral. And, I mean, I've done really well in my life, and I strove, I don't think that's a word, but I've strived my entire life to be the opposite of him in so many ways. And thank God I've had some success monetarily, because I figured out at one point that, this is not to toot my own horn, it's just to show you a contrast. Figured out at one time that I made in 1 month more money than my dad had made in his entire life. And instead of when I realized that, instead of being celebratory about it, it was actually pretty depressing, because my dad had an amazing brain and wasted it. He gave up. So ridiculous. And I just want to encourage you guys, do not do that. You have a huge opportunity here with this Team Wukar, with Doobly, even outside of Team Wukar. I mean, we're just a bunch of people trying to make this thing happen. I mean, I'm nobody. I'm just a person. All of us on a leadership team, we're just people. You're just a person. But collectively, together, we can make some magic happen. But we need you, and we need you to not give up. We need you to persevere. We need you to have heart, and we need you to have flexibility. And most of all, we need you to have gratitude. So I hope you guys will do that. Find your inner Einstein. Find that inner perseverance, and continue to help us. And like the little intro said, what if money were no object? What would you really do with your life? I think this opportunity really has that ability to do that for you guys. And I think today is the day you set yourself free. Plug into the systems. Plug into your upline. I'm here for you guys. Team Wukar is here for you guys. All this ridiculous, awesome stuff we're building for you guys is here. So just do it, guys. Now I'm going to leave you with this. I saw this today on Facebook and I just had to share it. I think it's awesome. And it's by Will Smith. He's an inspiration, guys. It's just, if you follow the stuff that he's done and his mentality, I just love it. And the quote here is, don't chase people. Be yourself. Do your own thing and work hard. The right people, the ones who really belong in your life, will come to you and stay. And I think that that's what we've got in this group, guys. Don't get upset if somebody doesn't see the vision for Team Wukar and doesn't want to be a part of it. Who cares? Let them go do their own thing, you know. The right people, don't chase people. We're just going to be here doing our own thing. We're going to be shining a light as a beacon to the world in a big way to change lives. But don't chase people. You don't need to. Let them go. Let them do their own thing. I think they'll come back eventually anyway. And if they don't, who cares? You know what? Just go do our own thing. Be yourself. We're going to do our own thing. We're going to work hard. The right people and the ones who really, really belong with us are going to come with us, and they're going to stay. So thank you, guys. I appreciate you. Thank you for helping us be the fastest growing team in Doobly. And get out there, wake up, kick ass, and repeat. Thanks, guys.